LivingYosh. Today on LivingYosh, we're talking to someone who has spent a huge part of his life doing something I think the world could use a lot of, making people laugh. Before the comedy, before the characters, before the stage, there was just Sebastian, a kid growing up, figuring out who he was, probably getting into a little bit of trouble, and maybe already discovering that making people laugh was his superpower. I don't want to just meet Sebastian the comedian today, although I kind of do. I want to go all the way back to meet the kid before anyone knew his name, find out where the comedy came from, and maybe get him in a little trouble with some of these questions. Sebastian, thank you for coming to LivingYosh and welcome, my man.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. We're here. Let's do this.
Okay, I gotta ask, man, what kind of neighborhood did you grow up in as a kid? And
Okay. Okay. I grew up in Pico River, California, which is predominantly Latino. I got most of the area, like pretty much surrounding me were a lot of like neighborhoods of gangs. But I don't know how we moved from Whittier, California, right over the bridge right here, like maybe a mile and a half away. But we got lucky. My life would have been different if I would have moved anywhere else. But we moved on this block that it was all white retired, like older folks, like veterans, and there was like my buddies were white or half white, or it was weird. Like I didn't grow up like in a typical Latino neighborhood, So I was very whitewashed, you can say. So my grandparents, I had my grandma in East LA, which that is like when you're Mexican in Los Angeles, it's vital. It's almost it's what's that word?
Survival?
No. Okay. Anyways, we all have a grandma that's in East LA, pretty much. So that was the only grandma I really knew. My mom's mom was in Mexico, and I met her like a couple times, and I didn't really know her. So, and my grandparents, my grandpas, they were like assholes, and so my grandmas left them, so they were single forever, and so I never had a grandpa. But my grandpa was my neighbor, who was an older white man who was awesome. And then my grandma here, she was grandma too. So it was Iretta and Arthur Stokes. And I grew up with white grandparents, you can say, like adopted. So they were my neighbors.
I don't know why, man. I picture you just like walking along the street, just like kicking stuff. Like you're just like looking for something to entertain you and keep you like busy.
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't that. It's weird. I'm the oldest. It's just me and my sister. And I was the responsible one most of my life. I've always been pretty responsible. I was never that much of a troublemaker in any ways. Whatever I did, I found a way not to get caught. And it was never that bad. I didn't ditch school. I was too scared of my mom. So like most of us Latinos, we're scared of our mom, not our dad. Our dad is okay, but our mom.
We need more kids to be scared of their parents. My kids are not scared of me at all, man.
No, see, because you're the dad, but I bet you're scared of the mom.
Yeah, they definitely are. My wife is tough.
Yeah, so that's good. My mom I'm still scared of her right now. Like I still got PTSD from her. She yells, I'm like, oh, she's good. She's yelling at my dad, which is like the norm. She's always yelling at me.
What were you like in school, man? Like I guess you said you weren't a troublemaker. Were you just quiet?
I wasn't a class clown in high school and junior high. I was kind of reserved a little bit. I was outgoing with my friends. I would be talking to them and stuff like that, and joking around. And we always had fun. But no way was I when there was a big group of people. Was I the attention getter or making jokes? I wasn't. There was always somebody there that was that person. I was not that person. So I was a little bit more reserved in those situations.
Sports?
Yeah, I was in baseball first, then I got tired of it, and then I went into football. I always loved football. So high school, all years football, and then some track. Baseball I tried to go back into. I just didn't have that that love anymore. But football to this day, I love football. Love. You
And
know,
you're a Raiders fan.
no. The character that I do, that's my biggest character on social media, is a Raider, character. But it's not me. I got it because I got Raider buddies or people that I know that all are this one same person. So I pretty much just molded it into that one guy who I dress up like a homie with a, like with a little mustache, handlebars, and then like put a beanie on because I don't look nothing like a gangbanger / Raider fan. So I have to dress up, with a Raider shirt.
It's
Be
the
like,
only
what's up,
way.
fool? Look a Raider, because that's what they do. If everywhere they go, Raider, like that, they're annoying. Raider fans are annoying like that.
By the way, I grew up when I used to go to Charger games in San Diego. The whole stadium was black. I don't mean like black people. I mean it was black Raider.
Yeah.
They took over the stadium. They were so loud, man. Like they would like say whatever they want to. They'd spit on you. They'd try to throw your hat wherever they want. Like they drive me nuts.
Yeah, they're the scariest, most loyal, stupid fans in the world. They don't care. They don't care that their team's bad. They will still wear the gear. They will still wear everything. Whereas Dallas Cowboy fans, they're up and before the season, all gung ho, thinking it's going to be their year, like every year, which it hasn't been in over 30 years, almost about 30 years. And then once they start losing, they disappear. Whereas Raider fans, they hang in there. They don't care. They're loyal.
Like
they are loyal.
Fleas.
The what?
They're like fleas. They just keep on coming back.
They're just more. They just fucking multiply. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah,
So,
but I respect. That's what I do respect about a Raider fan, is they're like loyal married partners.
yeah.
That are there for their partner, no matter what, no matter how bad they were bad last year. They were still there.
Vegas a little bit.
Huh?
I don't think they fit Vegas, these fans.
They don't. They're Oakland or LA, but money, man, corporate. They're making the money. And all the Oakland people and all the LA people, they're all going there.
Really?
So, oh yeah, that stadium's still filled up with hardcore Raider fans, man. And Raider fans, they're scary looking people. But
I wanted to ask, so who was the funny person in your family growing up?
That's easy. It was my grandma.
I was good
by
the way.
My dad's mom. She was my grandma. She was my godmother, and I didn't realize it till later that she was the funniest one. Her and my cousin Eric. He was funny too. Like right around 12 and 13, we were hanging out, and he just had a bunch of jokes, like stock jokes that he would just pop them out, And he was kind of funny in that way. But my grandma, naturally, was very like just dry and straight to the point. She would just say shit. She whatever, like she wouldn't care. Like she had no filter. She would just my grandma, she was from Mexico, Guadalajara she had 6 kids. My dad was one of them, 4 dudes and two girls. And she grabbed, because my grandpa was an asshole, like I said. He grabbed the kids and pretty much she grabbed them and brought them here. And she's tough. She's tough, but funny too. And she'd put up with nothing, man. And she was just funny, man. She would just say whatever. Like we would say, we would ask her, Abuelita, can you give us a sign of the cross? So for us, she would do the sign of the cross. And to the girls, she would do the sign of the cross right here. And then she would go lower to their, private parts and then bless their private part. And so she, like, who does that, But she would do the shit like that. And she would just, and she smoked, ever since I knew her, she was always a smoker. And she smoked till she was 84 and she didn't care. She was happy with her Salem. And
so awesome.
Yeah, she gave me my first cigarette like at 10. And I didn't like it. So I never smoked. But I tried it, but my grandma was like, she didn't give a fuck. I don't know if she gave it to me or I just took it. I don't know.
Like, you better finish that.
She didn't care. So my grandma was cool. Like, whatever.
I know it's a weird question, but what was your first car?
My first car?
Yeah.
That's easy. It was a white Datsun pickup. And it was It was stolen a month later. It was cool. I had fun in that little car, and I think it was the owners because there was some issue or something, and then they were but they were did I don't know. I think they stole it, but never got it back.
I'm,
So
I'm sorry, that really stinks.
no, it's okay. I started driving my dad's Celica, which was better.
I
Toyota
want to
Celica.
ask you also. I'm sorry for the weird questions, but I just want to have a good time with it. That's okay.
No, dude, ask away, dude.
Were
The
you a
weirder the better.
ladies' man?
Huh?
Were you a ladies' man? Were you smooth? Were you slick?
Dude, in high school, I was the worst. Dude, I was so shy with women. I swear, a girl can sit on my lap and I'm like, don't you? I don't know. It's kind of hot. My lap, like my lap's hot. Are you sure you want to be there? Like I would have like signs like thrown at me, and I was too like shy to go with it. Like literally one of the times, dude, I swear, one of the hottest girls in the school who had a big crush on. She was one of the main cheerleaders, and we were in my car and stuff, and she literally said, "Kiss me," and I didn't. I don't know why. She goes,
Wow.
"Oh," she made up an excuse. She goes, "Oh, there's so and so, kiss me or something." And I don't know what I said, but I didn't, and I regretted it. Of course, I was intimidated and scared, and I wanted to, but I was too, dude. In high school, I was scared. So that was a good question because I was not. I had a few girlfriends, and there was a time I had like two girlfriends with the same name my senior year. I mean, they both had the same name. So it was like a young Rocio and then my Rocio, my age. So so the one my class, I was really in love with her, and but like we were off and on, like make out and mess around. And then the other one, like she became my girlfriend and stuff. But I was always in love with the other one, so it was just a weird kind of thing,
But you
you
were a
know.
player, man.
No, not till my senior year though. That
Oh, no,
was the
you're a
one.
senior year.
That was one situation though. But before that, like all the years before that, and even a little after, I was still kind of shy. So it took a while to get there, and then not till like after high school, then it kind of started breaking out of my shell. Then yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had my hoe face for a while.
Then when they
And
sit in your lap, you'd be like, okay, that's where you're supposed to be.
yeah, and then comedy. Once you get in comedy, it's like, oh, this is cool. They just come up to you and talk to you, and and even if you they don't come up to you, even I got tickets to a show. You want to come out? And you start talking, so like there was so many ways to meet girls in my 20s because I started at 21, like a month before 21. So through my 20s, it was like, dude, it was wild, bro.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was crazy. I was boning everybody that in my air. It was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, it took me a while, but earlier in my stages, I was real shy. Like even
Once it happened, it was like go time.
dude, it was on. It was on once I went. Yeah, once I got there, and then yeah, but before that, it took a little while, and then even same thing with like just speaking in front of people. I couldn't do that in high school until afterwards. I got into acting, and then from acting, it kind of just went into comedy. So yeah, I just kind of flowed into it, and so that's how that all happened. But it was in my shell for many years. Yeah, in every way.
I guess if it came out too early, then a lot of people would have been in trouble.
I guess, yeah. If I was like that in high school,
It did you a favor, man.
yeah, I think it was just timing. It was more.
Baby mamas when you're like 10 years old.
No way, man. I was a jock in high school, so that was me, and I was like, look, the drama department the guys in there were just weird, like I didn't like them. They were too, like I don't know, they were just weird and annoying to me. Like I couldn't be in those classes with them.
I hate annoying people. Did you
Yeah,
have a
I don't know.
crush when you were younger?
No, what?
Celebrity crush?
Oh, dude, yeah. When I was in my teen years, for sure, Alyssa Milano definitely was one of them.
Oh my god, that's so funny because I was just watching Practical Jokers.
Yeah, I seen a clip of that.
I just saw that with Sal. He lost, and he had they set up his bedroom.
I seen that. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Did he meet her or no? Does
Yeah,
he
she
meet?
came into his
Oh,
room.
so it cut off before I got to that. Okay, I got to go back and watch
My
it.
God, it was so funny, man. Like,
Yeah, she's still hot. I mean, she's still hot, dude. I mean, what's her name was always hot, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and even recently they were like body shaming her, even though she got a little thick after the kids. Man, and you look at her in real life, she's still beautiful. I got to see her one time. I was at a party in Hollywood before I knew who she was, or I knew who she was, but when I seen her, I didn't know that was her. But she was freaking gorgeous in
if you're a
person.
celebrity, you gotta look good for the rest of your life. Like the second
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
that, it's like,
Oh yeah,
why
yeah.
do
So I know,
you look old?
yeah, I seen her recently. She still looks good, you know. But Alyssa still looks good. Um, I discovered like in my early 20s, Sofia Vergara when she was still doing stuff in the Spanish market before she came out here. So I've had a big crush on her forever, you know, like even before people knew her out here, you know, before Modern Family, before freaking AGT. She was a model back in, you know, Colombia in the Spanish market, and she, you know, she was always in bikinis. You know, I bought the calendars, and so yeah, so I discovered that before any the
Well,
world got to see her.
she said, "Thank you, man. You predicted her future."
Yeah, I got a good eye for talent and seeing things go. Like I can see people, oh, they're gonna make it.
I want to ask you, and maybe this was I mean, you said it was like in your 20s, but when did you realize that being funny wasn't just something you enjoyed, but it was actually something you're good at? We're just like, wow, I really am funny.
Well, I started comedy, like I said, at around 21,
Yeah,
and like I was confident from the get go. I wasn't doing it as much as I should have when I first started, but I noticed once I would get on stage a few times a week, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this. I have a feeling like this is going to be it. I don't know why, but I got a good hunch, and right away I kind of got a good feel about it. And of course, with time, you do get better. And within a year or two, like I was like really, really confident, like
so
super
how does it
confident.
work? You just walked into like an open night mic and you just started making jokes. Like I'm really impressed
Yeah,
because like first of all, they remember things like really well. Like you can't like you got to remember your jokes, and you got
yeah.
to. It's not easy, man.
Um, well, the thing is that okay, I got lucky. One of my buddies, his from high school, his cousin came from Texas and started doing really good at the Comedy Store. And at the Comedy Store, they had like in the belly room like a Latino night. So he goes, all right, yeah, they have one. Come down and you know just talk to this guy and then or call him and then he set it up. So I didn't have to go to like an open mic night. It was like a real show in the belly room, and that's how I started. And then I just went from there, met other comedians, and just kept going on stage.
How are you
And
not
then
nervous, man? Like I feel like I'd be sweating like crazy.
dude, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first few times you are very nervous. The first time I don't even remember looking at the audience. You know, I was like barely. You know, I was like looking down. Like it's very nervous. They're wrecky.
Do you
Yeah.
remember one of the first jokes you came out with when you got on stage?
Oh shit. Um. Well, I used. Well, yeah, they were silly. They were dumb. I used to have planted jokes when I first started because my influences were Dice, Eddie Murphy, Sam Kinison.
Eddie Murphy
Or
is like he's so funny, man. Like
yeah, he's underrated, I think, because
he's
only because he was around for such a short time doing stand up, and he had two specials within a couple years and didn't do them afterwards. I think people kind of almost forgot that he did comedy because he became a movie star. But
man. If
those two
he was on
special, those
tour, man, he would sell out within seconds if you went
oh
on.
yeah, those two specials though like changed my life. Delirious changed my life even before I knew I was gonna do comedy. It just made me laugh harder than I ever laughed before.
Oh my god,
And
the
so
part
like
about ice cream.
oh gosh, yes. Yeah, all of it. So like if you watch my comedy, a lot of it is like you know I do a lot of characters, do a lot of this and that, and then you know and then I wanted to interact with the audience, so that's what Dice did. So I kind of had a blend to this day. I have a blend of all of it, and then improv from Robin Williams. So I improv a lot, but people call it crowd work now. So, but back in the day, we're just improvising, riffing, and but yeah. So what the hell are we talking about? What would you ask me? I forgot now.
Your influences when you first started. And
Oh, my first joke. My first joke though. Okay, so my first joke. One of my the ones I remember. I had a couple. I had a couple planted jokes on couples. So there was this couple. It was I'd find a couple, right? And if I seen the girl like moving her leg a little bit, shaking her leg, I was like, yeah, oh, you see you moving your leg a little bit, but I know why people think that she's nervous. Or I know why you're shaking your leg. I get it. You're on a date with your man or whatever. You're trying to hold in a fart. I get it. You're trying, because that's what you do when you're holding a fart. You kind of start shaking your leg, and then I kind of would elaborate on that. But that was one of my first things, and then now I can just make up shit off the audience without having. That was at the very beginning. That just got me comfortable talking to the audience. But I always had jokes, and that's the thing. When you start comedy, you can't just go up there and start talking to the crowd. You have to get comfortable. My first 6 years was mostly writing jokes. To this day, obviously, still write. I have ideas. You write them, and you go with it. But
do you have to laugh when you're writing the joke? Like, do you have to be like, yeah, like you start cracking up, or it's just a good concept?
Both. Like it's like, that is funny. Sometimes you don't even laugh. You just go, that is funny though. I know it is. And sometimes you will laugh more. Like sometimes you just know. Yeah.
Is there one thing right now that everyone's focusing on that's funny? Like, is it about politics? Is it about, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's so many things out there they can just make fun of. Like, you just see a lot of similar things. Not that it's a bad thing, but is there one thing that you've noticed everyone's focusing on more than ever? And maybe it's Jews.
No, I think there's trends in different markets though. Like, for example, like in the Latino market, and it doesn't have to be just like in stand-up, but even sketches. Maybe a few months ago it was stronger, but right now it's the big Latinas. We call them tortas, which is crazy because we're comparing them to, well, torta initially in the Spanish market, or Latinos and Mexicans, is a sandwich with like meat in it, with beans and meat, and it's a big bread, like it's the big French roll bread cut in half, and that's a torta. So now we're calling, we've kind of low key always called women like big girls tortas and stuff like that, right? Gorditas is like the old school. Gordita is a big girl, right? A big Latina. So gorditas, like we've been calling them gorditas forever, but like torta is like the newest version. And now the women, the big girls are kind of accepting it. Like, yeah, I'm a torta, I'm a sexy torta or whatever,
It's so like a t-shirt.
Yeah, so I've done some bits about that, and one of my friends, she's a comedian. She totally branded herself that way. She calls herself Tortarby, like a Barbie. She put torta and Barbie together. She's blonde, so she's Tortarby. So that's pretty genius, and it's working for her. It is working for her. It's crazy. So instead of like fighting it, hey, what's up, Draco? What's up, Papa? So yeah,
but do comedians get a pass on being racist? Like you get the green light, like you're allowed to be.
It's not. See, here's the thing. We talk about everything. So we'll talk about stereotypes. We'll talk about race. We'll talk about races, but it's not racist at all. It's just we're making fun of a different culture. We're not racist. We're not. I think racism is hate. It's like if you hate a particular culture or ethnicity just because of where they're from or color, that's racism.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't go up to someone and make a racist joke, but if you're on stage, you're allowed to, right? Like, you're allowed to.
If you're comfortable, you have to be comfortable with it. I can talk about anybody. I'll talk about anything and everybody because I'm comfortable and I come from a good place. And I don't have no problem making fun of anybody. I have friends of all cultures. I love everybody. So it never comes off that way. People go, man, get away with a lot of the stuff you say. I go, yeah, but I don't, there's no ill will. Like I can despise someone because they're white or Mexican just because they're jerks. But there's no race that I particularly despise. That's racism. So it just comes down to you. Like white folks are sometimes afraid to talk about black people. I get that. But there's some comics that don't give a shit. There's some comics that grew up as black. You can say like Gary Owen. He's not even a white comic. He's a black comic. Really, he's considered
I
because
think people like when you feel comfortable making fun of each other. When you
yeah,
hesitate, then they're just like, "Are you racist?" Like,
yeah, no. Look, we talk about everybody, and there's stereotypes, or even not stereotypes is the other word. When you look, what's the thing? It's a word. It's not stereotype. It's like
I know you're. I
you
gotta.
know where I'm going, right? I'll think about it. Okay, it'll hit me.
So
But
what's the no go rule? What's the one rule that just no matter what a comedian knows, like I can't do it. This is off limits no matter what, or is there nothing off limits?
well, right now, okay. You were saying about things that people are talking about.
Okay.
You really transgender. Even Dave Chappelle got in trouble talking about
What?
transgender. So really, that's kind of a place to stay away from. So I have it. I have thoughts about it. There's so many elements to it. But yeah, I won't go into it. Maybe making fun of trans something. But transgender, I kind of stay away from that. I used to have a rule on where I wouldn't talk about handicaps, like people with physical or mental disabilities, until I got heckled by a guy in a wheelchair, and then that's when I threw that out the window. Now it's like, if you have a physical handicap but you heckle me or you're idiot, I'll talk about you.
But don't
Or
I it's, I hate that, man, because you're going to have a good time.
yeah, but it was okay though. I mean, it was a fun night that one time, and then now I can actually, you can almost make fun of anybody as long as you lift them up first, and then once you do that, then you kind of can poke at them. So I do that. Like I can make fun of certain situations, if I bring them up, and then you can kind of poke at them a little bit,
Okay, so
you know.
tell
So
me, what is the worst heckling you've ever got, but you got the person back so bad, you're just like, man, you're never gonna speak up again.
oh, I've had some of those. I've had a few of those. Um, man,
Because people
because
can be nasty, man.
there's just some there. It's easier to just say, well, there's bad situations. So I've had guys throw shit at me.
What?
Um, yeah, I've had physical altercations after shows, or they push you or they want to come at you. Yeah, I've had that shit happen. So, but it usually happens when they're drinking. The alcohol makes them act that way.
It's retarded,
So
man.
I agree. But that happens. So, but yeah, I mean, instances where you get the person so hard or whatever, yeah, and they want, yeah. I remember one time, there's one dude and his brother, like I ripped on him so hard, and I was just roasting him. I don't know if maybe we were talking back a little bit, but because the brother, one of them was sticking out of the booth, and so I was ripping on him, and then the brother, I don't even remember every situation, but I ripped him so hard. During the show, he came around. We were in front. There was like a gate in front of the stage, so he tried to come up, and then they stopped him. And then after the show, he was waiting for me in front of the bar. I mean, in front of the exit door. But I went outside the back, so we're fine. But yeah, you get stupid people. I mean, that's a few shows out of like thousands I've done.
I gotta ask you, man, when you walk onto that stage, are you like on such a high? Like you're just like, this is so awesome. Like I feel like if I was funnier and I had the guts to do it, although I'm not very shy, like being on that stage and just know you're gonna make people laugh and have an amazing night, you must be on such a high.
Well, when you first go on, it's kind of like you're just, for me, I'm just focused. I'm not like that hasn't hit yet. I got to get those laughs first before I can feel that rush. Because for me, it is my drug. I don't do drugs or alcohol, but for me, being on stage is a drug. But once you get them going and you have them laughing, yes, it's an awesome feeling, and there's nothing like it. And yeah, I love it. But it's earned. You don't get that rush until you get the laughs. So when you're going up there, you haven't done shit yet. You have to earn it. So
That's amazing. And being under the lights and like I feel like it's like and now it's serious. I feel like it's such a gift. Like it's a gift because like we said in the beginning, like making someone laugh is like so therapeutic, man. Like you're doing so much good.
Yeah, I believe we have healing powers. Laughter is healing. When people tell you afterwards, man, I've been having a tough time, but I came to your show, and man, I feel so much better. Just yesterday, I was talking to we were doing a fundraiser for this family who lost their house to a fire, and they lost everything. Like, yeah, they lost everything. So we're helping them raise money. Well, they came to another show before that at the Improv, and I didn't know this till now because I'm like friends of a friend, and we were talking, and she said, you know what, that I haven't been able to sleep for months since we lost our house. The night of the show, after the show, I felt so good and laughed so good that I was able to sleep the whole night.
Wow.
And that is just, man, that's gold. That's amazing. That's priceless.
Do people often see the other side of you? I mean, besides the humor. I mean, do you consider yourself someone who has a serious side, or like it's you just need to have like some people? I spoke to a musician, and he's like, I'm always thinking about music, which is fine, but like, is it
Yeah.
almost overwhelming where it takes over, where like you have to
Yeah.
constantly think about humor?
I can go any way that wherever. Like my mind is always just upbeat, positive, and try to be as humorous as I can. But
Do,
I don't have to be. I don't walk around having to be funny all the time. I don't have that pressure because I don't give a shit. Like my job is to be funny. But in everyday life, I don't have to if I don't want to. But if I want to, if something comes to my mind that's funny, I'm gonna say it. I'll be in the moment and I'll surprise. I do like to surprise people out of the blue with my mind because I'll come up with some funny shit. Like the other day we were at this bar, and you could tell this guy liked this girl. There was like three of them, like two guys and a girl, but two of the guys came out of the bar. No, the girl and the guy came out of the bar, and I was like doing something on my phone. I was actually gonna post something, and some girl she just started talking to me, just chatting it up, whatever, and then we're just chatting, and then I told her what I was in town for. We're gonna do a comedy show down the street. They should come, whatever. And then I don't know. I started like making her giggle a little bit, and then the dude was wearing like one of those turquoise um, soccer uniforms, like a Messi uniform. And she goes, "What do you think? What do you think of his shirt?" And I go, "Oh," He looks. I go, "Oh, no, 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 no. That's what. No, we were talking about being in the Bahamas. That's what it. Oh shit! How did it come? Now I can't even remember how I said it. But I said, fuck. He was wearing a shirt. And then I don't know, but I said something that just made her that she fell on the floor almost laughing. And in my head, it popped up and it was sitting there. And then I said, okay, and now let's go. And then, yeah, so like I can pull it out at any moment. Like my mind is always ready, but I don't have to be. I don't have to walk around, be funny. I don't care. I'm not trying to impress anybody because there's people out there that try to put you on the spot. When people introduce you, I'm like, oh, he's a comedian. And
Yes.
oh yeah, well, say something funny.
Say a joke.
You know what? How about that? How about that? Yeah.
So
No,
is there a lot of pressure, moving forward every day, every month, every year, to just keep up with the funny and like, do you ever feel like overwhelmed?
no, no, no. I just I know I have a good feel for it, so I just go with it. I just live it and go with it. So okay. Sometimes you get in not ruts, but let's say reels. There's sometimes when I'm coming up with all these sketch ideas, and then I'll go a little while and I'm like, I haven't had something in a while. So maybe that's like a little pressure. Like, well, fuck, what? Maybe, but then out of the blue, you get all these things just hit you again. So it's like anything. Life just goes like that. Like
I
sometimes things
gotta
come in.
ask you about your short clips. Like I saw one where there's a woman in a casino. Like, do you just randomly like see this stuff, and you're just like, that is funny. I gotta make a joke about
Yes, yes, yes. I will. Um, for
it.
years traveling, I would record people on my stories at airports because I'd be traveling so much. So I would see something funny and I would record them, either just roast them a little bit, or I would do them talking to a person and make it funny. And so, yeah, I'll see things and they're funny. Lately, same thing. People are like, hey, what's up with your airport stuff? I'm all, hey, I don't see as many things as funny as I used to. But the other day, I was at the airport and I happened to see this little Asian lady, and she had this dress. And dude, when I tell you this dress, like it
I
was
saw
like
that.
she had a huge belly, bro. Like it was like that. Like her dress went like that. So I'm like, oh, I gotta do something like that.
I saw
So
that.
I had to. I couldn't not. And a couple people kind of like, fretted at it, kind of upset about it. I'm like, you know what? Just calm the hell down. I'm just making some bits about, just joking about it. If you can't take it, whatever, what can you do? But it was just silly. I was just saying, like, gosh darn it. Like, what does she have under it? And TSA did pull her over. TSA did get her to the side and frisk her. I think they probably wanted to see what they, I was wondering what the hell was in there. How many kids were in there? Like, gosh darn it. Like, she was having triplets or nineplets or something, So I don't know, but it was. So I do see things, and I could be anywhere and see something funny. I could be at the store. Walmart's a good one, especially my Walmart. It's ghetto, so I'll see some crazy shit in there, So yeah, I see a lot of stuff, and I'll think of it right away. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I gotta record it, so I'll start recording and make fun of it.
Tell me about your characters that you play. Where did you come up with these, man? Is this based on like a friend or just like a random thought? Like,
Some of them are friends. Sometimes I just see people, or like I'll look at people on my show and I'll just have an idea how they sound, and I'll talk to them, hear how they sound, and make fun of them. I'm a good mimic, so I'll just kind of pick it up. So yeah, I don't know. I just, whatever, it just hits me, and I'll just go with it, and I'll just go like whatever.
do you ever see another comedian on stage? You're just like, this guy is not funny. Like, he has no shot. Like, not because you're rude, but you're just like, or do you go up to them and be like,
No,
it's not
no,
happening?
no. I won't tell them anything. That's for them to decide. I won't book them on my shows because I'm looking out for my people that come see me.
No, man,
But I'm like, oh, no, I won't book that guy. No. No, you know what? There's young comics that are working on their craft, and I'll give a lot of young comics opportunities. For me, it's more about like if they're serious about it. If they want to do it, a lot of them will eventually get there. Some will get there faster than others. Everyone's different. Everyone's talent is different. So, but if they're that bad and I walk out, oh yeah, ooh, it sucks because you do feel bad for them. I do, unless they're kind of annoying. Then I'm like, good for you. But
Do you see any, like comedians who disrespect the profession? I mean, it's a funny profession, but it's serious as well. Do you see anyone who kind of is like, yo, man, you're overplaying it, or you're disrespecting how hard we work? You're. It's even like some musicians were like, they just get used to. They think no matter what, people are gonna laugh, and they do the same thing, and like they think, oh, I'm big, so I'll do the same thing over and over again. Like, do you ever see that?
well, for us as comedians, one of the biggest things is hacks. So a hack is a comedian who steals jokes and stuff like that.
Oh man.
Yeah. So and consistent, and you hear when you're watching them, you're hearing like, I heard that somewhere. Oh, I heard that somewhere. I heard that somewhere. So there's different facets to it, and there's comics that do that, and to me, it's very disrespectful, and I can care less about those comics. I won't book them. I have a, yeah, I don't like that. Now, here's a touchy subject
Okay.
is Carlos Mencia. The thing about Carlos, yes, was he called out for a few jokes? Yes, but I've been watching him for years, and he comes up with so many unique, hilarious ideas that nobody ever has come up with. That for me, it's kind of like I have those jokes that what he's known, what they put him under the bus for. I okay, what happened to him? He became a pariah for a while because everybody disliked him for that, and I understand that. Um, but watching him for so long as I have, now I forgave him a long time ago. Like I was never like upset with him. I was more disappointed because I know how funny he is without those, few bits that were very similar to the other ones. And um, to me, he's still an amazing comedian. He was an amazing comedian before, and then after he went through his rough patch with that whole thing with Joe Rogan throwing him under the bus and a couple other comedians. But I watched him enough to see him create so many funny jokes, so much funny stuff on his own that like to me, I'm like, I don't care. Like what he did, it's a blip in his career, but it doesn't affect me in the way I think of him.
Yo, man,
Like,
I went to one of my favorite comedians, like in Miami. I think like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I've been waiting for him to come to Miami for years, and like he got on stage. He was high as hell, drunk as hell. He was slurring his words, and
yeah,
the guy before him was funnier. Like to me, that's like, come on, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people get used to, oh, you're gonna come.
I've seen that before. I've seen that before. Yeah, and it sucks, but yeah, it sucks. Like, I mean, when people do that, like Cat Williams, one time we were hosting a concert. I was hosting a concert with him, and he hosted the night before, and he went on stage and he got booed. So then the next day I was there co-hosting, and he didn't even go on stage. He didn't want to go on stage, but he wanted to get paid. And the promoter was like, "Oh no. No, 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 no. I'll pay you for one night. That's it." But he got booed that one night. He got booed. I don't know why, but I wasn't there. But I don't know. I don't know what it was, but he's had a great career though, so
No,
he don't care.
I'm not like I still watch that comedian. Like I was just disappointed because like I
Yeah.
felt it was like I'm famous and you're gonna laugh no matter what, and you're gonna
Hmm.
be happy to be in my presence, and to me that's not funny.
Well, they have, when you're famous, you have the automatic five, they call it, where you go on stage and everybody's just laughing because you're getting the reactions because they're excited to see you. But and I think it's really 2 to 3 minutes, but after that, you have to be funny. The people aren't gonna mask it, Like, I mean, you have to come with it, or they'll be disappointed. Like I don't ever take a night off. Like, I don't care how many people are there. I'm still gonna give them what I got, and just go. So.
Because you love it, man. You love doing it. You're passionate about it, and that's
Oh yeah.
what you need to be because you're helping people. Like you're
Oh
out
yeah,
there helping people.
dude. I got regulars that come to my shows, man, because it's therapy, man. Everyone out there watching this should be going to more comedy shows. Mine especially.
I would have rather gone to improv than to go to a comedy show than go to therapy when I was going to therapy for 3 years.
Yeah, you get a laugh and just learn, and we're philanthropists. We're like what's the other one? What's the other one? Not philanthropist. No, I said the wrong word. That's it's another word where
it's the way we go to a therapist while laughing and forget. The thing I like about it is that it makes you forget about all the stuff that's going on. Like a therapist,
yeah,
what's going on. You go to the community, you're like, wait a second, nothing bad's happening in my life. Like it's a full whatever amount of time of just like enjoying yourself and nothing else matters. It's just having a good time. And what's better than that, man?
Yeah, I mean, we're the word I was looking for. We're philosophers, So that's what we are. We have ideals of the way we think, and we make them funny somehow, some way. And so,
is there anyone who's ever come to your show you've spoken to that you really look up to and just like, I really made it because I made that person laugh. Like this was a dream come true.
Wow. Dude, that's a good question.
Sorry.
Damn. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to get back to you on that one.
All right, we just have to do a
I
part
don't,
two, man.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. No, I'll think about it. Yeah, exactly. I'll think about it.
I know you have a long career ahead of you, but so far, what have you accomplished so far that's made you the most proud?
Oh, wait, let's go back. Okay, one time at the Laugh Factory. Okay, this was cool. You know Fergie, right? The singer.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, she was Wild Orchids. I think that was the group back in the day. She was in 3 Girls.
Okay.
Wild Orchid, I think that was the name. Well, I remember doing the show, and there was 3 hot blondes, and then I remember after the show, her telling me how funny I was, and I was like, oh, cool. And then they told me who she was. I was like, oh, cool. So that was a moment. So there's probably other ones I can't think of, but that's definitely one, yeah. So one of my, now you want, okay, but yeah, so that was cool. Like, I mean, that was, yeah.
No, I'm glad we went back, man. I lost my train of thought for a second.
Yeah.
I was saying that I know you have a long career ahead of you, but what have you accomplished so far that makes you the most proud?
I get, I mean, if I look at it as a show by show basis, it's just being consistently funny and just making people laugh. But as far as career wise, I mean, I've had some moments where I go, oh, wow. I've hosted some big concerts, and in those big concerts, I was in front of 14,000 people, 17,000 people. I've performed at the Greek Theater a few times, and every time, that's like my favorite place to perform. And yeah, that's pretty crazy, because I remember one time I went with my girl. We went, and she was with me, and it was just a neat moment. And then I think like a couple months later, A Star Is Born, the movie came out. Remember, with Gaga?
Yeah.
And Cooper.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, and so watching that movie, part of it was at the Greek Theater, one of the moments. And so watching that movie and saying, shit, I was there. I performed on that stage, and it's like connected with A Star Is Born. It's like that was touching. That really hit me. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. Not a lot of comedians can say they've done shit like that, and done well with it. And so, stuff like that is pretty awesome. Yeah,
You should be very proud. Seriously, that's really cool, man. Good for you. Like, seriously, it's good to like give yourself a pat on the back and be like, I really made it. Like, it's like, if not, what's the point?
I see. That's the weird thing, is like, I don't know when I'll ever feel like that I've made it. I've made it as a comedian. I've made it as a career. Yeah. But like, when we think of making, you think of like, you're gonna have as a TV show, or once you have millions in the bank. So, I don't know. Like, I hope I never feel like I made it, no matter how far I get.
Well, the way I look at it is that you've already made it, and everything else is a bonus.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I've made a career out of it. That's definitely so.
That's hard, man.
There's making it at different levels, and I'm blessed that I can make a decent living. That I can, I live pretty comfortably, and that's awesome right there. Am I striving for more? Yes, because I know I have the talent for it. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to go, and wherever my faith takes me, I'll go. In the meantime, I'm very happy where I'm at. I'm always working. I work a lot. I work on sea, on the cruises. I get to travel all over the world. I get to work the biggest comedy clubs out here. I get to pretty much kind of go around that and have a busy schedule and do what I love to do, and have money to be able to give to my family and do stuff. And because like with my nieces and my nephew and my sister, I'm their ATM. So like I don't get calls to say hi uncle, how are you? I get hi uncle, can you send me money? That's high. That's our highs, you know. And so to be able to give back and say, all right, here you go, you know,
And
it's kind of
all
cool.
jokes aside, like I feel like that's what I want. Like I want to feel like I'm recognized for accomplishing something, and I could do it
Yeah.
long term. Like I
Mhm.
really look up to you for that because it's not easy, and you got to do something you love. Like what else is there?
Yeah. I mean, that's a blessing right there. I I somehow my schedule is always something going on. I always have a lot of things happening, and I have to fit things into my to the equation, you know. But
So I'm gonna
you
ask you
know,
that question that you probably get a lot,
hmm,
but I wanna hear it from you. 50 years down the road, or 40, whatever.
shit, that's a long time. I mean, that's double my life right now.
25.
I'll tell you this: 50, 20, 30. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 50. I like a lot of comedians once they've gotten to a place of comfortable, they stop. Like Eddie Murphy, that's the one thing. Even though I admire him for his early year career as a comedian or as a comedian for as long as he did it, I am disappointed that he stopped doing comedy. And same with Jim Carrey,
Me
same
too.
with others like that. And I'm opposite. I don't ever see myself not doing it. Even if I slow down a little bit, I don't ever see I want to be like George Burns. I don't know if you know what George Burns is.
Of course I do. It's the same. Yeah, man.
George was he was those of you out there, George Burns is a legendary comedian. So he was 100. I think he lived to 100. He
Yeah,
was still
man.
doing comedy. He was still doing comedy. And that's how I want to be. I want to just keep doing it. I love it, and as long as I'm able to do what I do, let's go. You know. So
I don't see why you have no reason to be slowing down, man. You're way above the game already.
yeah, yeah, man. But life happens. Life happens, and
And trust me,
your
I
health.
know.
Yeah, I mean, your health can change. Your life status can change. There's a lot of things that can happen. So I don't worry. Like my thing is, I don't worry in life. I'm like, I put everything in God's hands and let Him sort it out for me. He's my manager. So when certain things happen and they're like kind of like you can call them setbacks or obstacles, I'm like, okay, how can I better myself from that situation? And let's go forward. Now put in God's hands. Let's go.
Man, you
So
really are a comedian therapist.
yeah, yeah, man, yeah,
Man, people should pay extra.
yeah. I think so, man. I mean, I on stage, I'll help couples if I see that it looks like the relationship is stale. I'll go in there and wake it up.
On
You know, I
stage, let's have a little session.
I've done that. I swear. Like
No
if
way.
I see if I see like they're dressed like crap and they look like they just put on clothes from that was donated to them, I'm like, oh no, we got to fix this. There's something wrong here. No, you got to look good for each other. You got to be attracted to each other. You don't just become brother and sister. No. If you get to that point, just cut it off, move on. Like that's my parents pretty much. They've been married over 50 years, but really
Mine
separate.
is 50th this year.
How many?
50.
Okay, well, mine is I think gonna be 55. But
Wow.
they're not. But they've been separated for 30 years. They live together, but they're not a married couple. They're roommates that love each other for the family, and So I don't know. That's their thing, and I don't recommend that for anybody. But they've done it. They stay together because of the family. Me and my sister and the grandkids. So, and
That's great. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
I wanna do a little speed around with you.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
That's okay. Okay, some of these you already answered, but I'm just gonna go through it again because it's fun. Teenage Sebastian was quiet and innocent, class clown, ladies' man, his parents' worst nightmare. I already know the answer, but
No, I was always look. Here's the thing. I was always a good kid, and then at 18, I had to tell them. No, my sister, she had a big mouth. She told my mom that my girlfriend at the time was pregnant, and so that was my at the time my biggest mess up is slipping up in that regard because I was always the responsible, and I'm like, it won't happen to me. My sister's the troublemaker. She's the one that drives my parents crazy. I'm always a good kid. And then when that happened, I was like, well, I'm not perfect. So
Man, if you sat
yeah,
at my table one night for dinner, you'd be like, you'd probably have a million jokes that you have to hold back on. I'm telling you.
probably it could happen. I would
Although
assume
most of
so.
my family probably wouldn't even be there. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Your first kiss was magical, awkward, overrated. Can we please go back to talking about comedy?
Please go back to talking about comedy. The first real, I think I had a couple pet kisses, and then my first real kiss, she was a crush, man, and she was a little cutie, man. She was a cutie, Monique, man, and it was in seventh grade, and I think we made out at our junior high, and all I remember, she was a Chihuahua, and when we kissed, I turned into a Saint Bernard. I slobbered all over her. Like
Like,
I don't know what,
man.
and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I think she gave me another chance, and then I think I was a little better, but I was still too nervous to
You have any
really
women
enjoy
from
it.
back in the day that like reached out to you randomly like 30 years later? Like, I know that guy. Remember me?
Not lately, but yeah, I ran into those here and there. Yeah, absolutely. I go, oh shoot, oh hey, how are you? Yeah,
Sitting
yeah,
front row, be like,
it
remember me?
happens. It happens. Yeah, it's happened. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Okay, you're
Oh,
stuck.
well, hi, nice to meet you, husband.
Holding up a sign. Remember we went to prom together?
Yeah, yeah, or just one night stand, or we're hooking up. And I
Here's your
gotta meet the.
baby. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, we don't want that. Like, damn, her kid looks just like me. Her kid got my eyes. Oh, he's a pretty boy.
You're stuck in an elevator for 5 hours. Who are you choosing? Don't ask me how these choices came up. A rabbi, another comedian, your childhood crush, or someone so weird you could turn them into a new character.
Oh man. Um, it's gonna sound super cheesy, but um, my girl, she cracks. We can be together alone forever, like just hanging out and make each other laugh and stupid
That's
shit.
awesome, man.
Yeah, so she's one of the funniest people I know. She makes me literally cry sometimes. Like she'll roast people and make me laugh.
That's awesome.
But when she roasts me, she'll make me cry. So it's no, but she'll make me cry and then cry laughing too. Because
Okay.
she'll get me where
Even
she's made me she's made me laugh more than some of my comedic friends that have made me laugh so hard. So she's in the top 5 of people who have made me laugh. Like, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that to kiss up to her at all, but it's the truth. She's funny. She's really funny.
That's great. And I think
Yeah.
that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So no, not a rabbi. I haven't been around a lot of rabbis. I'm not Jewish, so
I
it wouldn't be a it wouldn't be a rabbi.
I don't know where that choice came from.
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. Okay, the worst person to have in the front row: a heckler, a drunk guy, someone who refuses to laugh, or the guy explaining every joke to his wife.
All of them. All of them. They're all annoying. I just had that. I just had that in the show Friday. I had this stupid kid that was 27. He was a little tipsy. And then there was a guy who was drunk, right? Like the table, right almost behind him. And they were just annoying. At first I could deal with it. I was fine. But then the drunk guy just took over. And it was just, he wouldn't shut up. And it was annoying. And I had to apologize to the audience. I can deal with it. There was a lot of older people there, and they were just out. And so I felt bad. So yeah.
Your old block growing up. It was like this. It was probably the people from that block.
No, it was up north, so I didn't know these people. But it's crazy. The last 2 weekends. No, wait a minute. And then check this out. I have something I'm editing right now from Saturday night in Lake Elsinore. This lady started sticking up for somebody else that I had made fun of while everybody was laughing, but she got hurt for him. It was stupid. And then she started talking back to me, and then we started going at it, and then she walked out. So,
I don't
but
know what you're expecting when you go to a comedy show, man. Like, what are these people thinking? You're gonna like, it's like you're gonna get educated on something.
her friend stayed. She had two friends that didn't move.
I don't
So I made fun of the
even.
whole situation, and it was great. But it was just like, oh my god, like calm down.
I don't even
What's wrong?
understand what their mindset is going into a comedy show. Like, what are
I
you
don't.
thinking?
I don't know.
It's like
I
you
can't.
have like a warning sign, like you might laugh.
Yeah, yeah. And I had to actually reiterate that during the show. I'm like, hey guys, just letting you know, we're at a comedy show. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not a perfect science. So people, you can't in minutes change people. You could only help them. Like we're like drugs, like we help you get away from your mind from stuff, but we're not gonna fix all the what's
But
in
then when you're
here.
done taking it, it's such a downer because it's over. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh man. That's
yeah, no, but stuff happens and you go with it, and then the rest of the show was great after that. After she left,
I
you
don't get
know.
it, man. Like people like you're going to a
Yeah,
comedy.
so I'll be posting that soon, probably tomorrow.
I can't wait.
That yeah, it was, and she was right in the dead center, right in front of me, and she was like, she was talking to a little dude. He was a little guy that I was making fun of, and she was like trying to console him. Stupid, stupid. He was laughing, having a good time. He laughed the whole show, and she was like trying to. That's even worse. When people get upset, okay. When people get upset for other people, oh
And
come on, man,
that makes
calm down. Who are you? Who
yeah, that
are
makes
you?
no sense. I can't even like I can't even fathom like how why it I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost for words. If I saw that, I'd be like, did you make a wrong turn somewhere? You're in the wrong place, man.
Yes, these are jokes. People are gonna get made fun of. That comedy is all about making fun of something. We're making fun of a person or a subject
I've
or
had people make
topic,
fun of me at shows, and I'm like, keep it going. Come on, I'm having a good time. Don't stop, please.
dude. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. But you get some people that are too sensitive that shouldn't be at the show.
By the
Stay
way, when
home.
you get picked and you're being made fun of, you are like the center of attention for the show. It's like your 15 minutes of fame. Like there's nothing better. Like you
Some
want
people,
that one
some people want it. Some people go there seeking it.
for sure. Because it's like your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so I want to ask one more thing.
Mm.
Sebastian is finish the sentence.
Oh man, you put me on the spot right there, man.
Man, well, we gotta end with a bang.
All right, Sebastian is dedicated, optimistic, positive, friendly, outgoing, loving, ambitious, um, creative, and just focused and just loving life, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
a dating profile. Like that's awesome. You got me.
Yeah, just loving, dude. You know what? You have to make the best of whatever you have in life,
Sure.
and there's things in life that I've never had, but I have so much that I'm grateful for that I do have. And even though when there's obstacles, I'm like, hey, well, just got to keep going.
For
That's
sure,
it.
man. And I really, I hope you know how much I appreciate you coming on tonight. Like it, and I really mean it's so therapeutic for me, and I know it's therapeutic for everyone. So I'm so excited to hear about your future, and you continue to make people laugh, to be passionate about what you do, and just continue your story because that's what it's all about. It's one big journey, and I want to be a part of it. And now you're part of my journey. So
Yeah,
really, my man,
man.
it's a blessing. I was going to say bracha because I'm Jewish, but it's a blessing you're here, and I'm very thankful, and I'm following you all the way, my man.
Good. Thank you, man. Thank you. Everyone follow me too. Instagram, funny Seb.
That's not
Funny S Funny SEB. All my silly stuff is on there. Check
It's
me
gonna be
out.
in the YouTube description. You'll have. I
Okay,
put
I'll be
all
able to
the.
go there. Yeah, and I'm working on my own podcast, and within the next couple months, it'll get going, and it's gonna be about relationships and all this stuff.
I got a
I'm
relationship.
Yeah, I'm a semi-expert on dating, relationships because I've been brokenhearted, I've broken hearts, I've loved, I've been unloved. I've had baby mama drama. Like I, I've had it all. I've been through. I've been a player, so I know every angle. I've been through every angle.
You've literally done it all.
I've
You've
been
done
there.
it
I've been on every.
already.
I've been on every side, dude. I've had my heart crushed a few times, man.
Yo,
So,
are you coming to Florida?
hmm?
Are you coming to Florida?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be there, but I'm going straight on the cruise ship. So yeah.
Oh, you're not making a stop at any of the improvs here?
No, I gotta set that up though. I gotta do
You
that.
do, man. We got some good venues here.
Oh, I know that. I know. I gotta set some up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for being on here on the show. And seriously, stay in touch, please.
Thank you, man. I will, man. You're awesome, man. Keep going, bro. Keep going. Have fun on vacation.
Well, thank you, thank you. I hope I did a good job.
Yeah, you did fun. It was fun. It flowed quick. We did over an hour like that. Felt like 10 minutes.
I can keep going, man.
Yeah. I would, but I have a short week, so we gotta go. We gotta wrap this up.
Sebastian, thank you, my man, for being on Living Yosh, and keep doing what you're doing, my man, because it's
Thank you,
awesome.
man. Thank you. You too, bud. We'll
Peace
talk to you
out.
soon. All right. We'll see you.